Hey, what's up, everybody? I've been making this video off for a couple weeks, kind of making the excuse of, oh, I don't really know if I need to share this, and then also making the excuse of not going to be able to keep my emotions under control making this video. Man, you know, I want to tell the whole story, and I'll tell the whole story in another video about my healing and everything like that, and the experience I went through with the leukemia. But right now, I just want to focus on just this last month. You know, God's been really doing stuff in my life that I've never experienced Him like this before. It's not weird by any means. At first, it felt kind of weird, just because I've never felt or heard God speak to me so clearly. And see, I can be able to do it. I'm telling you right now. Speak to me so clearly, and just loving and caring in the way that God does, how He just speaks to you. Some stuff's happened in the last month that I want to share, but I didn't want to share it, like I said, until I kind of got confirmation of the whole thing. Because I'm anything I'm fixing to say to you guys, man, it has nothing to do with me at all. I'm just the one, luckily, that God is willing to use right now. But this has nothing to do with me. This is 100% about God. This is 100% about His love for you and me and us. And if you feel like you want to share it, please feel free. I'm in Indiana right now at an Airbnb, so if there's a dog barking or something, I'm sorry, but it's kind of the way it goes. But anyway, for everybody that does know me, knows in November 6, 2018, I got diagnosed with leukemia. And through just miraculous God, you know, His healing power, what He does, He healed me. The nurses and the doctors, they did everything within their human power to exactly what happened to me, heal me. But I know, you know, healing 100% is by what God says. And if God forbid God would have chose to take me to heaven, then I'd be in heaven right now. But that's not what He chose to do. He chose to heal me. He did not give me cancer. The devil gave me cancer, but God is using this for His glory. What I want to say though is this: about a month ago, going to church, everything's going great. Everything's wonderful. I'm feeling strong, feeling dangerous, feeling great. About a month ago, I woke up one morning and my left shoulder was sore, and I was like, man. And I was like, I didn't work out. I didn't do anything different than what I normally do. You know, what's going on? And I woke up, got up, went to get in the shower, and I went and got in the shower, and when I reached up to change the shower head, to move the shower head, like it was just sore, like right up in this area, right? And I reached up and went like that when I felt there was a huge knot underneath my armpit, and it was hard, and it was really hot, and it was sore, and instantly the first thing I said was, "Oh God, not again." I'm taking a second just to compose myself for a second. Not because there was a knot underneath my armpit, but the first thing I said was, "Oh God, not again." After I've just been a walking miracle of what God does after He's healed me completely. My first thought was doubt. Why? I don't know. Human nature, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, so after I find that, I get out of the shower, and it's actually a Sunday morning. We're getting ready to go to church. And we go to church, and of course I'm not thinking anything to do with God. I'm not thinking anything about, God, I don't want to go through this again. I don't want to have to do this again. You know, and it kind of sucked there for a while. And, you know, I was just sitting in church, and I was praying, but I wasn't praising. I was just praying. And everything that I was praying, I remember, was just fear-based. You know? And as I sit here and I've had time to think about it, it's disappointing to me that after God has already healed me, the first thing I thought of was, oh God, not again. Like it's going to happen again. It's human nature, unfortunately. So it just tells me that I need to grow more, right? So we go to church, everything's good. Monday comes, still really sore, really hot, hurting bad, getting bigger. And, you know, at this point now I'm a little bit even more nervous and scared and disappointed. Not because I might have to go through it again, but now because, crap, now I've got to tell possibly my family again that it's back. All negative stuff. All nothing to do with what God says about our healing, about us, about what He thinks of us. It was just all negative, right? So we go to church on and skip forward a couple days. So, you know, Tuesday goes by, same thing. Hurting worse, bigger, really hot, not good. So I say something to Corinne, and I'm like, look, I said, we got an issue here. I said, I got a knot underneath my armpit. It's getting bigger the last 2 days. It's hot, and it hurts really bad. And she said, well, why don't you just call your doctor, Dr. Kaleem, just to see if he can get you in. Well, I called, made an appointment. I was going to get in on Friday. And so now Wednesday comes, and I don't know, God just kind of shows up like He does, you know. I mean, He just gives you the peace about things. But I think the part that scared me the most is that, you know, when I got diagnosed with leukemia, when I actually got diagnosed with leukemia, God spoke to me, and after the first, you know, hour of me sitting there thinking, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? Oh my gosh, what am I going to do? I just said, God, why? And like God does, He answers you. He answers you if and when you're ready to listen. Because God is He's a loving God. He's not a God that's going to force Himself on you. He's not a God that's going to fault you for being not a good person. Let's just say that. Because if anybody was not a good person, I am the epitome of not a good person. Okay? Of things that I've done in my past. To God, He doesn't see any of those. Yes, He does see the sin, and He hates it. He hates the sin. But He doesn't hate you. He doesn't hate me. And so Wednesday we go to church, right? And I'm sorry, let me back up for a sec. But I didn't, you know, when I first found out I got leukemia, man, I was scared for a short bit, but then I felt God speak to me, and He spoke to my heart. You know, God meant, when He speaks to you, He may not speak to you like verbal, or you can't hear an audible voice. But man, when God speaks to you, He doesn't speak to your mind. He speaks to your heart. He speaks to your soul. Because whether you believe in God, whether you don't believe in God, whether you think you're not good enough to be loved by God, trust me, you are. You are. Because I am. And a whole lot of other people. Everybody in this world, God loves you. Okay, that's number one. But I didn't have that peace. Like I felt God speak to me whenever I asked him, God, why? I didn't have that peace this time. And it scared me badly. And I didn't do what you should do on asking people to pray for you and asking people, hey, keep me in your thoughts, keep me in your prayers, because I'm battling something. I don't know what it is yet. Or you do know what it is. But to have a brother and sister in Christ intercede for you, because God says we're two or more gathered, I surely am there. Well, just because I'm not sitting right next to you, if I'm praying for you, that means there's more than one person praying for you. You're praying for yourself and I'm praying for you. So there's two people gathered there, whether it be right beside each other or not. You're still there, and God still works miracles to this day. I'm a walking, talking testimony of that. Okay? But I didn't have that peace. And so Wednesday comes around, and I finally get to the point I'm fed up, I'm pissed. I'm not happy. And I just said, you know what? I said, God, I said, I don't want this again. I don't want to have to go through this again. But if you allow it, I'll do it again. If this is what this is, I'll do it again, happily. I'll stand in the gap happily. I said, but God, the thing I need you to do is give me the strength to get through it. And I don't mean the strength physically, going through the chemo, stuff like that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the strength for me to stand happily and stand strong on what God says. No matter the pain, no matter what you got to go through, because folks, we're living in the last days. There's no question. You can see it. It is the last days. I heard that when I was a kid. We're living in the last days. Every day, every year go by, I say, yeah, whatever. We ain't living in the last days. Now that I'm 37 and see what's going on, there's no question. We're living in the last days. Jesus is coming back soon. I don't know when. Nobody does. Nobody can sit there and tell you they do. Nobody does. God knows. That's it. Not his angels, not Jesus. God. He's the only one who knows.